Now you are.
There we go.
Now pressure. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Release the Kraken. I am reluctantly your host for tonight, Lonnie G, but I'm joined by a great group of ducks who's probably going to carry the load as I am ear candy for you guys tonight. So we have Jeff tonight. How you doing,
Hey,
Jeff?
everybody. And since Lonnie's the ear candy, I think I'll just sit here and be the eye candy for all your visual enjoyment.
There you go. There you go. You know, we have Jody B. How you doing, Jody?
Hi, friends.
Kevin, how you doing, sir?
Hey, y'all. Doing great. Thank you.
And we have two very special guests tonight with us. You probably heard us talk about them multiple times on the podcast, but we have Sarah and Chris. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah, we're good. Excited to be on the show here.
Oh, temper your expectations, sir.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us. Greatly appreciate it. So, hey guys, you know, we are rapidly approaching Disneyland, right? The Dumbo Double Dare. So to I guess this past week was week 12. So we're going to go around the horn and see how training went for everyone who's participating. So if you don't mind sharing as a refresher what races you're signing up for and your training. Jody B, let's start with you.
I am coast to coast, so I'm doing Disney World Goofy and Disneyland 5K, 10K, and half. And so this past weekend I only had 6, which was great, but the weekend before I had a back-to-back 10 and 20, which was tough. So I was glad that was over.
Yeah, that's a lot of running. That's
Yeah.
a lot of running.
Yeah, given that it was Thanksgiving weekend, that was hard. And my back, for some reason, decided it didn't like it, which I've never had before, but who knows? But everything was fine this weekend, so 6 miles was fine.
Oh, good deal. Good deal. Kevin, what about you, sir? Have you found your shoes? Everybody wants to know.
I found my shoes, and I've run a few shorter runs, and I'm just hoping that I can, just stay ahead of the balloon ladies. That's my goal. I'm doing the 5K, 10K, and a half. So I think I'm good for the 5 and 10K. Not really sure for the half, and I'm just going to see how it goes. Don't have a lot of time left, but I'm trying to get some runs in, as I go. But the furthest I've gone is 4.5, I guess. So I've got a long way to go, but I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, man. Disney Magic, you'll be fine, especially running through Anaheim. I'm sure you can catch a ride with somebody. They'll bring you to the finish line. Just hop out.
Uber.
Just wait for the rest of us. We got you covered.
Yeah. Uber straight all the way around. Yep.
Straight up. Just go to the next time in the mat, get out, cross over, hop back in that Uber, keep going. There you go, man. It's a plan.
Perfect.
All right. Now, Jeff, you're running a little bit as well, right? So how did your training go this week?
I originally was signed up for all 3 in Anaheim as well. After Marine Corps 10K here a few weeks ago, I don't think we've actually been on here since then. I have ended up relinquishing my challenge bib and just focusing on the 5K. I realized that was out of my range of being able to accomplish. And I know there's a lot of other people who are able to that didn't get in that would love to be able to do it. So through the charity, I was able to get my link back and be able to transfer my bib through the charity to somebody who would be able to finish it, and was very happy to get the bib. So I am doing the 5K, which should be manageable. So me and Ryan will be doing that, and then we'll be on cheer squad for the rest of the weekend.
Oh, well, that's good. You know, a wise scholar, Clint Eastwood, once said, "A man must know his limitations." So there you go, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
So Sarah and Chris, you guys have run multiple Run Disney races. Disneyland is Disneyland going to be new for you guys this time?
Yeah, I've never even been to Disneyland, so this is like huge for me. But yeah, this is my first Disneyland race. We're just doing the half. But training, that's a relative term, I think. I mean, we've ran so many races in the past, and I do mean the past, that we should be okay. But I mean, like I did just for this podcast, I decided I would run Thursday, and I did a half marathon Thursday training run. And then I couldn't walk for 2 days. So, it's all good.
You went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Which is what we do, right? You know,
Oh, yeah.
we
That's
start
how
at
we
the
do it,
base
yeah.
and then we just jump off into the deep end. So
Sarah, you're more dedicated to this podcast if you went out and ran a half marathon on Thursday than all of us combined. So
Oh, yeah.
I had to have something to report.
that's a big one to report. I mean, I just ran a half marathon.
We just make it up as we go.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done nothing. I did some running back in June. A few runs then. My last race was
Flying Pig
Flying Pig of
2022.
2022. So I'm just going to kind of wing it, see what happens.
My man, I think that's awesome. I mean, literally, you just go out there and like Disney magic.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I'll get it. So
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no.
maintaining a
I don't-
16-minute mile.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
this.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what we're doing. I just whatever she tells me to do. She says this is what we're running. So
Smart man.
You are a smart man.
He is very wise, very wise. So, Sarah and Chris, why don't you guys tell us about your Run Disney experience? So, Sarah, like I said, you've ran multiple races, but how did you get started with Run Disney? And tell us some of your races and what are some of your fondest memories?
Okay, so I'm the one with the lengthy history of Run Disney. So my first Run Disney race was Princess 2014. And I did that completely solo. I knew of the lizards, but I was too shy to like engage. And there was probably like 4 lizards at Princess 2014. I like maybe said hi to Mike Rallman. But then I did Princess 2015, and that's where I met Jackie Hartley. And then it kind of exploded from there. Then I did Princess 2016, then Dark Side 2016, where I met Lonnie and Jean. And then took a break in 2017. Then 2018 was Dopey, which was like, I can't even begin to tell you how cold. I'm still cold.
It was.
Yeah, that was a cold year.
Yeah. And then I just cheered 2019 and 2020. And then I did Princess 2020. And then our honeymoon was Dopey 2022. And all of you were there, right? So we all, and Jody, you've invited me to your house twice, and I've had to decline both times. Each time I was at Flying Pig, and I'm sorry. But the first time it was his birthday, and we went and did a birthday dinner. And then the second time I had fallen ill, and I didn't want to share my mystery disease with anybody right before a half or a full.
Well, if you come back, you did not come for Flying Pig 2023, right?
Yeah, that was the one that I fell ill. Like I couldn't. I was with Julie, and I was like, "Tell everybody I'm sorry," but
So the great downpour of 2023.
yes,
And I'm hoping to still host in 2024, but I just found out that it's prom and after prom, and I'm on the after prom committee, and I'm required to work from midnight till 3 a.m. So I'm not sure that I'm going to work from midnight to 3 a.m. and then
run.
But speaking of Jackie, it's Jackie's birthday that weekend, and so I feel like I better participate in. So I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I don't know. Maybe my daughter won't even go to prom, but who knows? But if she does, then I feel pretty obligated to be the supportive prom parent. So, but hold on, and I do want to correct you on something. You said you just cheered for 2 years. There's no such thing as just cheering.
Right.
That's true.
I think the cheer team is actually more exhausting than running the races. You are on your feet. You're using. I mean, that's exhausting. So thank you for cheering for all those 2 races.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, without the people out there cheering, it makes those races impossible. So kudos to you. So.
Yeah.
But you are always welcome at my house. Should you be in the greater Cincinnati area and you want to come for dinner, I have not poisoned Kevin and Jeff or John. Lonnie and Jean have not been at my house before. So, but everyone has left my house not throwing up, I think. So I've not poisoned anyone yet.
Stay tuned.
Right.
kind of like the cheering when you guys say you're only doing the half. Only at Disney will you say I'm only doing the
Oh.
half. Usually you're like I'm doing the half, and everybody's like, yeah,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Chris, how long have your Run Disney experience, or was your honeymoon your first?
My honeymoon is my first and only Disney experience. So we started it out with the Dopey. Perfect way to spend the honeymoon. I mean, I honestly, I mean, at that time, especially like running, that was all I did. So, you know, I was running 60, 70 miles a week at that time. So, or near
On
there.
purpose? On
On
purpose?
purpose.
Yeah, perfect. Right. So it was perfect. And then I stopped running and haven't done anything since. So this will be my second Run Disney experience.
Now, how does running a Run Disney race on your honeymoon work? Do you guys like hold hands cheering the whole way?
We did
You
on
kind of abandoning-
the 5K, 10K. The 5K we walked the whole way, held hands. The 10K, I think we
ran a little.
we ran some, stayed together. Half marathon, I went ahead and went for it.
He was by himself.
Yeah, I was by myself. I ran it fast and made sure I got pictures with every character too. And then the full, I stayed with them for about 19 or 20 miles, and then I got antsy and I took off. So
Yeah, all of my finish line photos are with Craig. So my honeymoon, no big deal.
No, just like you know, he lasted 20 miles. That's
Yeah,
it.
right.
I remember on the half when Chris like I gotta go. He took off.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember I was like, we were at like mile 5, and I'm like, yep, he finished.
Yeah, and I think I said on purpose.
I'm surprised we made it to mile 5 before he finished. We
Right.
weren't real fast that day.
Yeah, we were on it.
We're not fast. Yeah, we weren't fast any day. I mean, that Dopey, man, you gotta, I'm built for comfort anyway, not speed. You can tell.
Absolutely. I agree.
and it got hot that last day, the marathon that year. That got hot.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, and Run Disney is more like a family reunion. It's not, a race. I'm here to hang out with my friends. This is the only time I get to see my friends. I'm going to hang out with them. I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. I'm going to get my money's worth. I'm going to hang out with all my friends. So that's how I do a Run Disney race.
That's
the way
that's the best way to do it, I tell you.
Yeah.
With you guys doing the half out in California, are you looking for a coast to coast medal? You think you're going to pick one of the other ones up for it?
I probably will try. I mean, we're doing springtime surprise, but I think with that just being a 10 miler, I don't know that that'll be a coast to coast.
I think it qualifies.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing the challenge, which is 19.3, so that should count. But if it doesn't,
Well, you know what? I was
I'll
reading
do
about
one
it. I was reading about it a few weeks ago, and it does count. So you guys will get the coast to coast.
okay, cool.
And you
I
deserve
mean, I
it.
still might do one and done.
I'm gonna do one and done for sure.
I mean, it's a good time to do it, I tell you.
Do they do coast to coast medals for cheer squad? I think that should be a thing.
That should be a thing.
If you cheer the half at both places, I think you should get something.
Yeah.
Good.
You should
At least
work
a,
on your trophy.
a churro or a cronut or something. I mean, come
Right.
on.
Right, a cronut would be awesome.
Yeah.
A Dole Whip, like the Dole Whip for Disneyland,
Right.
the
Well, you
cronut
can't do
for
that.
Disney World.
Or corn dog, right, Lonnie? You want a corn dog, so
Oh, I'm already planning on eating about 5 of those. I'm telling you, the corn dogs at Disneyland are phenomenal. So you're gonna, if you see me without a corn dog in my hand, I must have just finished eating it or on my way to get one. I'll just be totally honest with you because I'm gonna have one. I'm
Because
telling you.
we certainly won't be coming from Blue Bayou because we can't get that reservation to save our lives. So it's not gonna be from
So-
Blue Bayou.
Since we haven't been to Disneyland, what do we have to look forward to? And do we know anything about the map or the route, or has any of that been leaked? Like,
Not that I've seen.
So the thing
think
about
the
it, I
route-
think they just put out the actual park hours today. So with Disneyland, it's just I think the best thing about it to me is just, and I don't know where you guys are staying, but the park is such that it's like in the middle of everything, right? So you don't have to be, the bubble kind of extends, and sometimes some of the hotels are closer to the start line than actually or closer to even the park than like the Disneyland hotel. So it's the craziest thing, right? And I think the race, which is what I really like about it, is you do spend a lot of park time, but you're out in running through Anaheim a lot as well. So you're passing a Dunkin' Donuts and a coffee shop and some other places that I can't mention on this podcast because we may get banned, but those are places there too. And you're running through all this stuff, right? So it's great. I just love the park.
I'm super excited.
Yeah. So did you guys, so what, you're doing combination of park, you got your tickets for that. How are you approaching it? And what are you looking most forward to?
So I have done zero planning and research thus far. Jocelyn is my travel agent, so I'm just gonna lay into her really hard. But I think we're staying at Fairfield Inn. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that's where we're
That's
staying.
where I wanted to be, but I couldn't get in. So
Well, and we booked that ourselves. But Jocelyn got us our tickets and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, like, I don't have any dining reservations. Because I was told that like the quick service at Disneyland is like stellar, like you can't go wrong. So I kind of thought, well, then maybe I just do that.
Well, look, we have a planning show that we're going to be doing, but we have some reservations. So if we have reservations, you guys have reservations. If you choose to, not trying to force you guys in on us, but we made extra spots. So you are more than welcome to join us for any place except Blue Bayou, because we can't even get in there.
Right.
I don't know what's going on with Blue Bayou.
Yeah.
It's just
Blue Bayou or Trader Sam's. We have a 4-person reservation, and sorry to be mean, but my husband and I claimed 2 of them because, well, I got the reservation. So now it's like they have to battle it out who gets the other 2. And I was like, I don't care. You guys decide. I'm not picking favorite child, but I'm not going to let these 2 go to waste. Somebody's got to pick them, but
we have a Thunderdome scheduled actually for the first day everybody's there. So we'll see what the final results of that are, Jody.
Yeah, it'll be 4 ducks enter, 2 ducks leave. That's the whole thing. And whoever gets those 2, they're ready for that. The Trader Sam's.
Riley doesn't look like much, but she's scrappy.
The over-under.
But we do have a lot of spots for the other restaurants. I mean, we have a ton of spots for those.
Okay.
And more of that information will come out whenever we release the planning show coming up here in a few weeks. So
it's like the Love Boat, exciting and brand new.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm usually like really good at planning a Disney trip, but I don't know. And I don't know what I'm doing. So
I plan absolutely everything except Disney experiences, and that's 100% her. So I sit back on this one.
Oh yeah. I like how you empower Sarah to make the decisions. You literally, you're delegating to her. I mean, that's awesome. I have no problem with that.
She knows Disney better than anyone, so she knows what she likes, and she knows what I'm gonna like, and
I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna like.
And that's what we're gonna do. Yay!
Chris is gonna pick up something, and Sarah's gonna put that down. You don't like that, okay?
You don't like that.
You don't like that. Put that down.
You're embarrassing us.
She said that's normal.
So coming off your Disneyland trip, then, are you planning to get back into running? Do you have more things scheduled on the horizon besides springtime? Or are you just going to run Disneyland, take 2 months off, make it through springtime, and then just kind of go from there?
That sounds right. I mean, he established a new rule that we don't do.
You're on the right podcast then.
Right. We're ducks. But he established this rule of no local races because we can run that for free anyway. So that kind of took the training out of everything, like I wasn't trying to get my age group. I wasn't trying to, do all that fun stuff. So then it became like, well, so now I have to I guess I need to be on more podcasts, and then I'll train more. So I have stuff to talk about. I don't know.
Podcast
work for me.
What did Sarah do today? I don't know. I need accountability. I don't know. But nothing, I mean, until springtime. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that. And look, I'm on a constant taper. I tell everybody. So I mean, literally, I've been tapering since you know,
Wine
2,
and dine?
3, 4 months before Wine and Dine. I started my taper. Yeah, it's like week 1, I did 3 miles, and the next week I started my taper. So that's all. Just do that.
Says the man who just signed up for what was that Little Rock challenge because the medals are as big as your head. They're
Yeah. Well,
I
the
told him
crazy thing
about Little
about it,
Rock. I was like, we should do Little Rock. Have you seen the medals?
Yeah, the medals.
come to Little Rock, I'll take care of you guys. I take the and I was sitting down, and I really shouldn't have. I was sitting down, and I was watching the news, and they showed the medals, and I was like, I wonder how many people are going to show up running the 5K as a dinosaur, because it's dinosaur theme this year. And I was like, I got to see it just for that. And then I looked at it, and I was like, oh, I might as well just do the challenge. So I don't know. I'm doing a challenge. I wrote myself into that marathon. I'm just stupid. I'm literally.
You do it every time. I mean,
I
because
do.
I remember you sent me a picture where it was half marathon and full marathon, and I was like, choose correctly, and you did
Oh,
not
yeah.
choose wisely.
I did not choose wisely. I just went to the
You misread the sign, Lonnie. You read
Yeah.
the
Went
wrong-
the hard right,
went the
and
wrong
I was
way.
like, no.
yeah. I know what's wrong with me. Sometimes I have to ask myself, well, I don't know what's going on with me. I don't even feel like running it, but I'm going to run it.
For someone who hates running, you're doing an awful lot of running.
That is
I know.
exactly what I was thinking.
I know. I need to know my limitations. That's the thing.
Well, you haven't met him yet, have you? I mean, so
Yeah, you're right. So I'm just gonna go out there, and I tell you, it's a great course, very hilly.
Yeah.
But it's they have great participation because you're running through the city, and I mean you're telling what you'll see out there. So it's pretty cool.
I said March, Lonnie.
Yes, it is.
Didn't they run that in December before?
They ran it when it was canceled for the Great Unpleasantness. So then they moved it. They just removed it. Now that's how I got sucked into that one, because I was signed up for March, and then she emailed me. The race director was like, "Hey, we still got your thing here. Do you want to run it?" And I was like, "I guess." And a week later, I was running a marathon, and I haven't run it. I'm like, it's just crazy. I don't know what's going on with me. Just crazy.
Jeff, maybe that's one of the places you could go visit with your new flight. Oh, sorry. Maybe that's not anything that you could do. So how was your running? Sarah and Chris, tell me more about your running. So what is on the agenda this weekend? Are you going to put your sneakers on? Okay, that was great.
This is like the first time we've done this, right?
Exactly, it is. Well, I can tell you, for this week, we're going into week 13, and I even say it. I did do my runs this week. I hated every last one of them. I really hated Saturday because it was the 11 miler. I did it, but I found something good to watch on TV while I was doing it. I did it on the treadmill, so at least I did it. Wasn't happy about it, but I did catch up on some of my shows. This week we have let's see, it's going to be week 13, a 45 minutes and a 4 mile. There you go, with the magic mile in there.
Wait, you say 4 miler because I heard you say full miler, like
Yeah.
full. I heard the word full.
No, 4.
4. 1,
Four.
2, 3. Okay.
Yeah. Quattro miles.
Okay.
I'm
right.
bilingual. Quattro miles.
I actually might be able to participate in week 13.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Give it the old try. What about you, Chris? Can you participate?
I can try. Yeah, I can. I'll be out of town most of the week, but I can get it in.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, all you can do is you can do like Kevin, just give it a try. At least you have know where your shoes is. It took Kevin 2 weeks to find his sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take my shoes with me.
And then they'll get lost. No, I'm just kidding.
It's the little things that give me joy. Putting Chris on the spot.
The new puppy will chew your sneakers, right, Kev?
So for experts like you guys in Run Disney, do you have any advice for our listeners who may be getting ready to tackle this for their first time? This is more for Sarah than Chris. I mean, Chris doesn't have a whole lot of expertise here.
Well, I mean,
But he did go way to dopey. I mean, he went from 0 to 100. I mean, it escalated quickly.
But he chose to spend dopey on his honeymoon with us. I kind of question a little bit
It
there.
was awesome.
It was awesome. I am a firm believer in forward is a pace. So even if your feet are shuffling, it's still movement. Keep the momentum. You know, don't worry about the balloon ladies. They're nowhere near as scary as you think. You know, and just keep trying, like just keep swimming. I don't know, like, you know, just don't let your, I think Jeff Galloway calls it the monkey brain. Don't let it tell you to stop. Don't let it tell you you're done, you know, because you can see the people in front of you, but you can also see a sea of people behind you. So, you know, just keep with your pack and just go. And that's how I would do a Run Disney. You know,
my advice would be the day before the half, before the full, you don't have to sprint. You don't have to try to set a PR. You got to keep in mind that you still have 26 miles to do tomorrow, plus whatever your wife is going to want to do in the park after this half marathon. So yeah.
Equally wise advice, Chris.
Yeah.
Very wise.
I was far more sore after it was all over than she was.
that was
When it was
great.
done.
Hey, but I can tell you
Bus.
guys on your pictures after, you know, when you had all the medals, you guys look like you're not sore at all. You look, you know, perfect.
I
Perfect
asked
couple.
him if he wanted to do a 5K, and it was no.
The first time I've ever said no.
It's like, I could do a 5K. You want to do a quick run? We were at Port Orleans, French
yeah.
Quarter. And I was like, it would be so cool. It's pretty. And he was like, no, let's get coffee and go back to the room.
Puppies.
All right. Well, anybody else have any questions left for Sarah and Chris before we hop off for the evening?
Nah. So when are you guys getting in? So are you flying in on that Thursday or Wednesday?
The 10th. So
10th.
Wednesday. And then we fly back out on that Monday, the 15th or 16th. I don't know.
Oh, perfect.
So, and we're just like doing a travel day Wednesday, downtown Disney,
15th, 10th through the 15th.
and the 10th through the 15th. So, and then the 15th we'll fly back. And it's an early flight, isn't it?
Like 10,
10:49?
Yeah, 10:49 a.m.
Yeah. And since we're East Coasters, that one,
Right.
Which airport are you flying in and out of?
John Wayne.
Oh,
Is that right?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, St. Anna. Yeah.
Perfect.
avoid LAX. That's a good idea.
Yeah. That was like everybody, you know, like even just to go book, it's like, are you sure? Like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime you can avoid LAX.
Yeah, we're giving up direct flights to avoid LAX, but
Wow.
the traffic in and out of there is just such a headache that it's worth it. So
And we figure we'll Uber to the hotel and then we'll just be there, you know, because everything's in walking distance, and then just Uber back to the airport, and that'll be it. No outside park touring for Anaheim.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're 15-minute Uber ride from the airport to the hotels there. So that'll be awesome for you.
we actually got a one-way rental for that Wednesday because one of my best, dearest college girlfriends lives about 20 minutes outside of Anaheim. And she has babies that we're going to go see. So we're going to go visit them for the day. And then what the cool thing is, though, we're dropping the car off at Paradise Pier, which is now Pixar Pier. I think they renamed the hotel. You can drop off the car there. So we pick up the car at the airport, but we drop it off right at the resort. So that's kind of nice because we don't have
That
to
is nice.
drop it back up at the airport and then come back. So it actually made more sense because by the time I started, like, we're gonna have to take an Uber there and Uber there and Uber there, like let's just get a one-day rental. So, but it's nice that you can drop it off right at the resort. So, but yeah, I agree with you. After we're there, I'm not gonna have a car, nowhere to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And that Wednesday, we're all planning on, you know, besides Jody seeing her friend, but we're all being downtown Disney, kind of hanging out and doing our thing as well. So good deal.
All right.
Fun. I'm so excited. Everybody's going west.
Right.
Very exciting.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll actually be wide awake at 3 a.m. when we're walking. Like walking with zombies. We'll be like, wow, like 6 a.m. We're perky.
Yeah, this is nothing.
Be great.
Yeah. So Jeff, why don't you sign us out, and we'll give Sarah and Chris some time to decompress from having to deal with us.
We appreciate everybody listening for the evening. This will be dropping into the feeds here shortly, and we will be back hopefully in 2 weeks now, and probably only one more show after that because we'll be getting ready to fly west. So we get just a few more weeks of this left, and keep up the good training, and always remember, everybody, that forward is a pace. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks,
Good night,
everyone.
everybody.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Chris.